for now, I think we're going to be jumping on into our game very, very soon here between MKP and Taeja. If you had to peg someone, everything aside, all strength aside, day 9, who would you choose to rise to the challenge here?
I would honestly expect Taeja to take a win here. I think that Taeja has been playing overall a little stronger than MarineKingPrime as of late. And I think his Terran vs. Terran is certainly a bit stronger.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll jump into our first game as we load up onto Cloud Kingdom for game number 1 and spawning in our north position as our yellow Terran. He is going by the name of MarineKingPrime.
And spawning down in the bottom left-hand position as the festive pink player, it is none other than LiquidTaeja, looking oh so good.
Looking pretty good, pretty good. Wasn't able to vanquish Brown, but Brown just, you know, he kind of brought the thunder in that regard. Playing very, very well for himself. Taeja, you know, it's one of those things that if like, I mean, just going back to that last game between Taeja and Brown, if the 4-gate aggression works, then great. You're in an amazing position and you end up potentially winning the game or killing off a ton of SCVs. If it doesn't work, you're looking a bit silly. You don't have as much tech out as you would normally like to, and bunkers just hold it, and then you retreat back with a lot of losses. So it can go either way, that kind of play.
Yeah. There's the wall off at the front. Already getting started for LiquidTaeja. The very, very fast refinery, which tickles my fancy. I like this quite a lot. We know already that MarineKingPrime is going to be doing one of his trademark mega aggro builds, one of the styles that made him famous. So, in this matchup in particular, I don't think that Taeja really has done a lot of the crazy aggression. Kind of tends to stick to the early expands. In recent times, I mean, even though Taeja is certainly known for aggression, has again been kind of having that fall, has been kind of pulling back to a little bit more standard play.
Yeah, he's been able to eke that out quite nicely, and obviously, the longer a game's going and the more comfortable you feel in a game, the better chances you really have to just find angles to exploit your opponent. A lot of people nowadays just avoid huge confrontations and avoid huge engagements because they feel that they can eke out those advantages elsewhere in the harassment, in the pokes, in the prods at extra bases. And, you know, we've seen Taeja do a lot of that. MarineKingPrime, he's also doing quite a bit of that as well, but the upfront, just straight engagements from MarineKingPrime and TVT are more prolific than what we would see in Taeja, really.
Oh, and there we see already a reactor going down in the factory, so it's going to be looking quite a bit like the mega fast Hellion harassment, which is definitely going to give Taeja a ton of trouble. This is an excellent, excellent timing right now that we are going to be seeing out of MarineKingPrime. It will delay MarineKingPrime's expansion a little bit, which means that MarineKing must do damage to kind of justify this push.
Yeah, as for now, he will bring out SCV. He's going to try and throw down the bunker as Taeja to just ward himself quite nicely at the front of his base. And I'm a big fan of, even in this matchup, actually just going for Hellion drops or Marine drops, depending on your flavor, and, you know, going for anything else at the, you know, it basically just, you can do it either of two ways, and whichever you choose to drop, the Marines or the Hellions, it's a real treat to watch because it can do a lot of damage if your opponent is not covering their angles very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, oh wow, I walked away from MarineKingPrime's base. He's actually not going for the double Hellion.
Just going for a spring. I think he's going for the magic number of 3. You know, just to like drop them in with a medevac and then use those to burn away the probes. I think that's what he's up to right now.
Yeah, I was over here looking at LiquidTaeja's base, who looks like he is almost certainly going to be going for the Hellion play. Taeja, again, looks like he's also poising up to do something quite mech-ish, do something like a Viking Hellion shoving at the start of the game. But this is going to be a little bit difficult for MarineKingPrime to hold off, as he just has the one single bunker, and once the lift pops up into the main base, it's going to be quite a nightmare defense. MarineKingPrime, though, has to do massive, massive damage because he is already well behind the opponent in terms of the command center expanding action.
Yeah, that double SCV production across 2 command centers can just rapidly get way out of control. And if MarineKing doesn't do that damage, you're right, then he gets very far behind. He should be taking a command center behind this at some point, unless he's going to go for some really crazy one-base plays. And he's even throwing down a supply depot there to eventually go for a command center off that. And there we go. There's the pickup. The Hellions are now on the way in.
Taeja has the supply depot run right into it. That's also bad due to the fact that Taeja needs to rapidly rebuild the supply depot to be able to not get supply blocked at this upcoming attack. MarineKingPrime still unloading more units into the main base, and now all of a sudden, Taeja is in a huge bit of trouble.
Ooh, well, those SCVs coming off.
Oh my god, the SCVs are taking such huge hits. Taeja has already lost 13, 15 workers, 16, 17, 18. I would describe this attack as a success for MarineKingPrime.
Yeah, that was pretty darn good. He's even getting a Viking behind this because he's seen the fact that his opponent's tech lab was... I think he saw the tech lab. No, he did not. But after seeing the double gas in his opponent's main, he's anticipating that kind of transition. So taking precautions against the Banshee player eventually. He tries to funnel in once again. This probably won't go as well as the first time because of the Hellions that are now out for Taeja. But what?
It's going to go as well as the first time because MarineKingPrime is known for his small marine number micro.
Oh my
god.
god.
Banshee coming in, and already we're going to have to see Marine King pick off a few more SCVs here before his attack will finally wrap on up. That brings it to 25 workers killed off total, and even though that number sounds very high, he's still only a little bit behind his opponent.
I'm still, I mean, yeah, there's a Viking killer at a Banshee. I'm still perplexed. That was two Hellions and a few Marines killing off 4 Hellions and a few Marines, right? That happened, right?
Gosh, and now we have everything from Taeja on the ground trying to fight. The Viking from Marine King landed. More Marine King units still rallied forth. I mean, this is just sensational to watch.
Oh my god, MKP, what on earth? He just stepped it up. He went from 0 to 100 in the space of one series to the next. Now MKP is looking phenomenal, getting those Vikings out. And all these Vikings early on, yeah, they shut down the Banshee pressure, but they also transition on so well to the mid-game. MKP is now giving himself great stability in terms of that air dominance later on, and he's going to drop again.
God, he is not stopping. Again, look at the worker counts. MarineKingPrime has 27 workers, 21 for Taeja. Even though Taeja has lost 30 workers, he's still been producing out of 2 command centers for way, way longer. And now in this engagement, we see Viking versus Viking. The numbers do favor Taeja a little bit, but the control is so good from MarineKingPrime. He's finally stopped.
Oh, he's killed off 37 workers, Day 9. That's pretty gross. It's 27 workers right now to 17, but with both just producing 2 at a time, there's not really any way right now Taeja can catch up unless he decides, well, 3rd command center, which he is actually doing so. So, reading our minds, and we're reading his. It's all good for now.
I mean, this is an atrocious position to be in as Taeja. The big concern for both players is, did I fall behind on that building production count? Interestingly, each of them has the same number of producing structures. Just now, MarineKingPrime stepping forward and going from back. It's
a pretty cool choice. I've always loved mech in this matchup. I mean, one great thing about it is if you can apply yourself an advantage like this, then it's actually kind of hard to catch up with a meching player as long as they're not taking ridiculous risks off the back of it. So Taeja's still got a lot of work ahead of him here.
Yeah. How is MarineKingPrime going to follow this up? Well, with another command center. We see the good old Viking Banshee composition spotting it, picking that off right away. And given how aggressive MarineKingPrime's been positioning all his units, he actually doesn't even really have much back home to defend against this. And the landed Viking from Taeja is going to do a little bit of nice aggression there.
But Marine King was very, very quick about pulling off from those gas guys, so didn't really take any damage. That's, I mean, 2 workers or so. So for now, we just have Marine King chilling out, getting himself his 3rd base. Taeja, I would love to see Taeja off the back of all this actually just claiming that 3rd location right now, because I mean, yeah, his opponent does have Hellions, so he might be a little bit scared of that, but SimCity could potentially shut that down if he wants to create a ton of supply depots there. And that could be one of the ways to really gain some control back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, instantly controlling any of the watchtowers for Taeja will be a big boon. And, I mean, I gotta just say, I'm really impressed with the fact that Taeja has already clawed his way back to approximately even in supply. And hey, Taeja managed to swing a couple of those Hellions right up at the critical time. Oh, look at that, dropping mules right in front and center. Those will get killed off before they even return anything to the front lines. Wow, that's a very nice pickup from Taeja.
If that was almost even necessary, because Marine King was moving out in the middle of the map with a pretty scary force. I mean, now that that's been cleaned up, it's still a scary force and it's still moving out, but he bought himself a little bit of time to get maybe a few more Hellions as well as Vikings up, and he's actually going into mech as well. I would have loved to have seen him gone for some bio play after this, to be honest with you, but...
Yeah, I mean, this is another big difficulty for Taeja, is the fact that MarineKingPrime has this really sick attack timing. No siege mode done yet, but I don't even know if Taeja, or if MarineKing really needs that. He can actually just shoot at the bunker.
Yeah, he's going to go for it. Bringing it down pretty darn quickly. No SCVs touch to repair. Blue Flame finishes up for MKP, and this timing is sick good because of that. And right now, he's actually just killing off a ton. There's no more units on the ground to deal with those Hellions, and they're going to get plenty more workers.
Oh, MarineKingPrime never stops attacking. What a fun opening we've seen from MKP Taeja with the attempted amazing recovery. And it looks like with... Wow! Taeja actually held this off. He might even get himself an extra tank kill. Vikings desperately trying to be produced for MKP to try to catch up. But, I mean, MarineKingPrime, despite losing that engagement, is still leaps and bounds ahead. I actually think MKP doesn't need to go for another attack. He can easily just throw down an armory, begin getting the lead in upgrades, build another macro command center, and be in great shape. But because it's MarineKingPrime, I fully expect that he's going to be attacking again.
Yep, and here comes that next attack. And look, I mean, he's killed 49 workers. That means Taeja here in this game has produced close to 100 workers. And that's the difference here, because then, without MKP having to produce all of that, he gains the advantage of constantly pushing and never ending that push. And oh my god, even the mule's raining down. This is...
You don't need to do that, MarineKingPrime, the humanity. Just so many units destroying everything. There's the good game, and that means MarineKingPrime leads the series 1-0.
Wow. MarineKingPrime. That TVT actually really impressed me there from him. Just the decision-making, the aggression. There's nothing more entertaining than watching super aggressive players, and
yeah,
he pulled it off so well.